Hello everyone, it's Puriya, and today we are going to continue the book of Michael John Menzer, High Intensity Training. Let me just put my arrow option. The ideal or principled routine. By this point, it should be clear to you that for a workout to be productive, it must stimulate growth. And once stimulated, growth must be allowed to take place. This means that training must not be carried on so long nor repeated so frequently that it deplete to reduce the amount of something that is present or available. Salmon population have been severely depleted. That it depletes the body's biochemical reserves in an attempt to compensate for the merely exhaustive effects of the workout, leaving nothing for overcompensation, i.e., growth production. An ideal workout, therefore, would 1. Induce maximum growth stimulation, and 2. Use up a minimum of the body's reserves. With a properly conducted high-intensity training program, these two requirements of an ideal workout would be fulfilled. High-intensity effort is an absolute requirement for stimulating increases in strength and size. And since high-intensity training must be of short duration, it depletes relatively little of the body's resources. The routine that follows later in this chapter was designed with these requirements in mind. Ensuring optimal progress. A general theory is formulated by using logic to relate and connect abstract ideas, i.e., principles, without contradiction to establish a consistent, ununified structure of knowledge. In Chapter 3, I presented a detailed discussion of the general theory of productive bodybuilding. Exercise whose fundamental principles are that exercise must be 1. Intense, 2. Brief, and 3. Infrequent. Starting out in possession of just a general theory, however, isn't sufficient to ensure optimal progress. In addition, certain sub-principles must be understood and implemented to guarantee the effective utilization of the fundamentals. A bodybuilder who only knows that exercise must be intense but has no ancillary knowledge. Ancillary workers or staff, etc. Workers who provide additional help and services for the people who do the main work in hospitals, schools, etc. 2. Formal meaning, connected with or supporting something else, but less important than it. Agreement was reached on several ancillary matters, but has no ancillary knowledge of the principles of full muscular contractions, will be prompted merely to move the weight from point A to point B with no thought given to actual exercise technique. The objective requirements of productive exercise can be understood only after first grasping the nature of muscular contraction. Muscles are not capable of performing varying degrees of work. That is to say, a muscle contracts as hard as it can, or not at all. When lifting a weight, it is not all of the fibers working to a small degree, it is only the exact number of fibers required contracting to the limit of their momentary ability. This is known as the all or nothing principle of muscular contraction. In order to induce maximum growth stimulation, all or as many as possible of a muscle's fibers must be involved in a contraction. To achieve this, the load imposed must be heavy enough so that all of the fibers are required to move it. And according to Arthur Jones, because muscles perform work by reducing their length, it is necessary that the muscle be in the fully contracted position for all of the fibers to be activated. In no other position can a full muscular contraction be achieved. The problem with many conventional or free weight exercise is that they provide no resistance in the fully contracted position. In the squat, for example, when the legs are straight in the fully contracted position, there is no effective resistance at all. Likewise, in the top or fully contracted position of a barbell curl, where it is so important to have effective resistance, there is none. Only Nautilus and hammer exercise machines provide for the possibility of full range resistance exercise. If you are one of the many who doesn't have access to such equipment, don't despair. The implementation of the principles discussed below will prove significant in helping you to achieve the intense muscular contractions required to induce optimal growth stimulation and allow for the production of growth. Thank you for your attention. I hope you watch more videos on my channel. I will be putting more of the book in the channel. Just keep waiting. Bye bye.